She's a wonderful poet and singer and Jill of all trades, Janet Kuypers.
I'm sorry I'm not going to sing today.
That's okay. I understand.
Getting over a cold. Here's something late, early Tom Waits.
No. The piano has been drinking. That's right. I guess I'll do it. I just want to share with people that I do publish a lot of books, and so I thought I'd just share some of them on what's been going on. Every month, I run 2 literary magazines, CC&D magazine. The July release was Salvaging America. They are released monthly as ISBN books on sale through Amazon, and the one for I also run Down in the Dirt magazine. Used to be a supplement of CC&D, and this month it is On the Rocks, which you could think it could be a martini glass, it could be, but I'm like, I thought I'd make it nice and generic with some relax. I do a lot of chapbook designs into ISBN books for people, like Joseph Murphy's Crafting Wings. I really like this one because this was a bird, a finch in flight that I photographed on the Galapagos Islands, just to get the wing. I thought that was so incredibly cool. And then when you have a chapbook that turns into a book like New Creations out in public, I was like, I have to come up with creations. I don't know what to do, but I thought the graffiti one might give me some suggestions when I was there. David Johnson did a poetry and photo book called It's Like Losing, but it was released as it had artwork in it. It had a color version and a black and white version of poetry and artwork, which is a really kind of cool thing to be able to pull off for someone. One fellow, Carl Sherwood, had a book that was dedicated to a woman who just recently passed away, abandoned, and that was his artwork for the cover for it. It was a cool image idea, so we just did that one. I also do larger books when people want to pay for them. Well, it's a lot of pages if you're going to do things like Rochelle Holt, whom I think the back cover explains on this one. She does annual books. Her friend Anna Easonen had actually said in a letter that she was the queen of creativity, and she's got that listed on her back cover of this most recent one, which is about to go to press, Ramblings in the Knee Poems. If you don't know anything about the books, they're at scars.tv. That's the easiest way to say it. But, that's a fluid book. But what I was thinking of doing, other than I'll share a new poem with you, is I was trying to work on making sure that I have poems of mine from past books to go into an audio CD. I thought here was nice and quiet and a good space for reading. This is Oeuvre. It's a 25-year collection book of mine released in 2004, and I could be doing a massive audio CD release with this. So I thought I would read. Hello. So I thought I would read 2 old poems from the ancient set from the book Oeuvre. This is the book Oeuvre. Okay. And because people showed up, I have to explain. And then I'll do a new one. But these are 2 short ones from Oeuvre for a later audio CD release. This first short one is called An Innocent Glance. An innocent glance turned into a lengthy stare. A simple hello turned into an intimate conversation. A common acquaintance turned into a lover. My heaven turned into my hell. For another woman turned everything we had into nothing. Short and sweet.
Very well, sweet, for sure.
Succinct. Other short ones from the beginning of the book Oeuvre. This is one other one from that one, and this one's called When I Am Weak. Oh, that took, I just moved the photo out of the way. It's called When I Am Weak. There are many times when I am weak. My poor legs can no longer endure. I start to fall. I search for something to hold on to, and usually I find something to lean on until I am no longer weak. But there are times when there is nothing for me to grab onto. I feel lost. I continue to fall. But then I see you. You extend your arm and uncurl your fingers. You reach out to me and give me support. You help me become strong again.
Yay. Happy.
This one, just because it is new, and I haven't shared it with you fine folks, a couple weeks ago. Some may know, but some may not. My sister called me a few weeks ago to tell me that my brother died. We weren't that close to begin with, and so for some reason I had to write something positive, so I'm just not remembering the bad things about him. So
Was he older or younger?
everybody's older than me. I was accident number 2. My brothers and sisters were born 1 year apart, 1 year apart, 1 year apart. Then my sister was 6 years later, and then I was 10 years later.
Everyone's younger than me, so.
I jokingly say I was accident number 2.
Oh.
It wasn't a problem, right? It was, we had kids, and then whoops. Anyway, so he was older. Anyway, this is called Only Half the Story. He was a troubled man. He had a good life, but let demons in to do him in. In his struggles, he almost died a number of times, and even his family pushed him away and only heard news of his death after he was already cremated. And it makes me wonder if our love for him ever completely went away, because after all the mistakes were made, I want to believe that he's worth more than what his demons reduced him to. I want to remember that when I worked retail, he bought the biggest teddy bear through me when he had just found out that his wife was pregnant with their first child. I suppose it was a fun way for me to get the news, too. I want to remember how he'd come inside after plowing too many streets to count that were filled with feet after feet of snow. How little icicles would be hanging off his mustache from his breath. I want to remember that he once built an airplane from scratch so he could sit in his own cockpit and fly himself into the sky. I remember him picking me up from the airport, where we decided to pay the airport parking machine with pennies, dropping pointless pennies and then laughing at repurposing pennies that once only wasted space in his truck's ashtray. I want to remember that a friend from his youth, who was shorter than me by the time I was 12, that this friend decided that my nickname was Shorty. I want to remember how when I'd see him swim, he'd wear these tiny little Speedos. And that might seem strange, but he got a college scholarship for this. He was a near-Olympic diver, once in competition with medal winners like Greg Louganis. And he'd go to the diving board, and suddenly this construction company concrete owner would spring up with such skill as he flipped through the air before making the tiniest tear and splash next to nothing through that sheet of water that would shatter like glass through the sky if anyone tried the same dive other than him. You see, I want to remember these little slices of his life. These windows into his acts of kindness. How he would be the kind of guy who'd want to give the shirt off his back to a man in need. I want to remember this, because I want to believe that he wasn't always lost. I want to believe that even though he erred, we should no longer condemn him, but condemn the thing that did this to him. So I try to not remember the demons, but remember the man inside. I want to believe, and this is why I must remember.